At QuickFit, we believe in going out of our way to keep our customers happy. Whatever it takes. Because in our business, we're not number one, you are.
Inside the private world of Mel Gibson, we're looking for Britain's video game champ. For Slim Sexy, the A to Z of body shaping. Buy the Sunday Mirror tomorrow.
With Lycra, life is different. Sophisticated. Comfortable. Sensual. Shapely. Lycra, the fiber that makes the difference. When I grew up and fell in love, I asked my sweetheart what lies ahead. Will we have rainbows day after day? Here's what my sweetheart said. Hey, Sarah, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera.
You never know what your future holds. But at least with Pearl, you should be able to afford it when it happens. The future's yours with Pearl.
When your hair is strong on the inside, it's beautiful on the outside. Silkience. Beauty through strength.
Aquarius. And sometimes I get carried away.
Scorpio. One nip from me and it's history.
Virgo. And this is my first one.
Capricorn. Mind if I butt in? How do you do it?
Thank you. And you want us to put the rubbish out Thursday evening?
Nope.
You've got to come very early on Friday morning.
Yep.
And you want to get the cat out?
Nope.
Or the cleaning lady in?
Yep. No.
You will be all right, won't you, darling?
Probably. Oh, Jim. How are you? Hello, sir. Right, O'Neill. Shopping, are you?
Yes, we're having chops of this new Bisto gravy.
I just popped in for a bottle of wine, you know. Someone's coming for dinner. Right. Bye, then.
Bye. I think Mum prefers white wine.
New full of flavour Bisto. It puts the R into a meal.
Keeping company with Aspel tonight at 10:05, Simply Red's Mick Hucknall.
Mama.
Mama?
Mama.
Mama?
Mama.
Mama?
Mama. Mama.
Marmite is made with yeast, one of the richest natural sources of B vitamins. Marmite. Her mate, your mate. Mates for life.
Hello, Joe. What do you know?
All right, let's sample a bottle. I'll make it two. One for you and one for me.
Now we get warm.
Diet Coke.
This Sunday, the Sunday Times brings you your new television and radio listings magazine to help you plan your viewing and listening throughout the week. Also this Sunday, a comprehensive guide to the Cricket World Cup. The teams, the players, and the tactics. How's that?
Cooks and cook 'em, bakers and burn 'em. Don't leave the loaves long, don't forget to turn 'em. Players from rugby, plumbers from bath, polishers from machine. Keep your television clean, painters from Gainsborough. Try not to shake 'em, better check the signature or you might have a fake in 'em. Maybe some crawly, tailor, some coatbridge. If they haven't got your size, you can let it out an inch. Potters from Potter's Bar, carpenters from Wood Green, builders from Hammersmith, anyone whose name is Smith. Farmers from Cows, Oxford and Barnsley. Please close the Ramsgate, keep them out of harm's way. Pet shops in Petswood, tilers from Tilehurst, photographers from Ilford. Don't forget to smile first.
Nationwide. With more branches than anyone else, we're the nation's building society.
Mom, it's Melvin. Look, I'm afraid we're going to be late.
You're going to be late? He's going to be late.
Sister's never late.
Your father says your sister's never late.
She got more consideration.
I've got to work.
He's got to work. I'll tell you this. They're working you too hard. They're slave drivers, those people.
I'll be an hour.
I'll come down. I'll bring you a sandwich. Your father will run me. You run me.
Either no sandwich.
I'll bring you a jumper.
I don't want a sandwich. I don't want a jumper. This is a modern air-conditioned building.
It's never easy explaining why you're late, but a call shows you care.
You never told me it was air-conditioned.
Why would I tell you?
Melvin, some children talk to their parents. Now, what do you want in your sandwich? I got that matured Canadian cheddar that you like. I wish I'd known. I haven't got a lot in. Still, thanks for the call.
Beginning next Saturday on ITV.
It's not our war.
It's everybody's war now.
Passions run high on the other side of paradise.
Mama.
Mama?
Mama.
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 Marmite. Her mate, your mate. Mates for life.
At National Power, we don't see refuse as waste, which is why we are planning new power stations that by the end of the decade could turn 1.5 million tons of rubbish per year into useful electricity. National Power, ahead of current thinking.
You see, the new Astra GSI's traction control system stops your wheels from spinning in tough driving conditions, you know, like ice. It's unique in its class.
Sounds very complicated, Mr. Atkins.
Yes, well, excuse me, Gloriette. Thank you very much. Imagine my foot is a wheel. Now, if I were to step on this slippery banana skin, I would fall over. But if I had traction control, power would automatically be cut to my foot. Judy,
Not now, Atkins, not now. There's what they had to do.
JD hasn't got traction control then.
Campbell's condensed mushroom soup tastes absolutely delicious. And because it's the only concentrated soup, you can put it in a sauce for fish. Campbell's condensed. Perfect as a soup, perfect as a cooking ingredient.
This is callback in action. It takes all your calls when you're not available. It then calls them back to you when you are. You don't miss a thing. Not an appointment, not an order, not a job. To have your calls chase you, call 0800 21 4000. You need never miss a call again.
night, a designer at Papermate was trying to think of a way to make his pen more comfortable to write with. Then it hit him. Rubber. Introducing the Papermate Flex Grip Pen. Its rubberized barrel makes writing easier, more comfortable, well, painless. The Papermate Flex Grip. It's writing with a touch more comfort.
New Murder, She Wrote, starring Angela Lansbury, next Saturday, 8:05.
Jamie!
Kleenex toilet tissue, one of life's little comforts.
Traditional flat roofing felts can rip easily, which causes them to leak. But Rubroid no rip roofing is made of stronger stuff, which is why there's less chance of a leak. Rubroid, no rip, guaranteed for 10 years. For information, call free phone 0800 243298.
I've learned all I know about love from the women in my life. My daughters, my wife, my mother. But it took a woman I hardly knew.
You've met somebody in New York, haven't you?
To help me face my past. To bring me back to life.
Barbara Streisand.
Let's just be friends.
Nick Nolte.
Good friends.
The Prince of Tides.
From Gillette comes Sensor, the razor that can sense and adjust to the individual needs of your face. Sensor blades are mounted on responsive springs to continuously sense and individually adjust to your face. Closer, safer, more comfortable. Gillette Sensor, together with the richness of Gillette Gel, for a shave that is unsurpassed.
Gillette, the best.
Hurry, your last chance to get down to Britain's biggest furniture sale with offers throughout the store. Must end February 26th.
Most people think of America as a land of freedom. But to those who have visited here, it's also a place of beauty, wonder, and excitement. From rolling green fields to sandy white beaches, the red-hot Dixieland jazz. Today, there are more reasons than ever to visit America. And there's never been a better time than now. So what are you waiting for? An invitation from the President? America is yours to discover.
Now from Thames Ford dealers, a special edition Fiesta. It features a sunroof, a radio cassette, a car alarm, low-rate finance at 9.3% APR, and all for just £7,499 on the road. Sounds like music to your ears? That's why we called it the Fiesta Fanfare.
Well, Murray, the director has decided to start this penguin commercial with one of those arty shots. I personally prefer it when we're in close-up.
That's better.
Yeah.
We're on. Quick, do something funny. That's not very funny.
Well, it made me laugh. Oh, I've done it again.
Pick up a penguin.
A new look for next Saturday on ITV. Angela Lansbury is back for new Murder, She Wrote. But not before we join the Baywatch Patrol at 5:30.
I think it's time we turn the water on.
It can only be Beadle at 6:20. And at 7:05, it's a brand new series of Stars in Their Eyes.
Yeah, that's definitely curry. That's an Indian elephant, yeah.
At 7:35, it's new comedy with Connolly.
He's also a certified psychopath who once killed a man.
New Murder, She Wrote, next Saturday.
Sunday at 7:15 on ITV. Take your partners for You've Been Framed. They have. New, next Saturday, starring Angela Lansbury, Murder, She Wrote. Jessica Fletcher stalks a killer in the first story of a new series.
Jealousy. He kills off her bows.
Truth is, he scares me.
Murder, mystery, suspense. Angela Lansbury in a new series of Murder, She Wrote, starting next Saturday at 8:05.
Next tonight, we join the studios of ITN for the national and world news.
1, 2, 3. What am I bid? 1, 2, 3. 3. 3.
1, 2, 3.
Fantasia's final performance is about to end. Disney will take its last orders on February the 28th, so hurry, it won't be in stores long. Now's your last chance to own Walt Disney's Fantasia.
There is a food made in plants from the sun's rays, which has grown on Earth for 100 million years. It's a pure source of food energy. Its taste tells us when something is ripe. It forms part of the natural diet of virtually every creature, from the smallest to the greatest. It's one of the fuels for life itself. In what form do we know this food best? Sugar.
In tomorrow's Sunday Mirror, Guilty. Now we reveal more secrets of Mike Tyson's amazing private life. Buy the Sunday Mirror tomorrow.
It's the riches and the ruffles that causes the kerfuffles.
Where were you in '63, she said, when President Kennedy was assassinated? She tries to blame me for everything. I had an alibi, I said. My chum Rory came round and asked if I wanted to go barn dancing. Only if they've got legs like whippets, I said. Heady days. I just had my first experience with Swinton Insurance. You know, they now deal with more motor insurance companies than anyone else. In those days, everybody was talking about free love and hallucinations. I quite like the Blackpool hallucinations myself, but I wouldn't keep going on about them.
Collect the vouchers at participating Shell stations, and you can now choose from an exciting range of travel games. They'll make your journey fly by.
If you thought that You've Been Framed had come to an end this series, then you'd be wrong. Last week, Peter won the hearts of the Larkins. Now,
Charlie says the only way Peter can stay here and be allowed to work is if he marries an English girl.
the darling buds of May. Then, May Gray.
Was there or was there not a body? If there was a body, where is it now?
Michael Gambon stars on Sunday.
Join me tonight when my guests will be Mick Hucknall from Simply Red, that gentle broadcaster Danny Baker, and the pride of Britain's finest acting dynasty, Vanessa Redgrave.
This is London Weekend Television, part of the ITV network.
The news from ITN.
Kidnapper tells how he wept as he let Stephanie go.
3 Israeli soldiers hacked to death, peace talks threatened. Report says water industry may have been $2 billion too cheap. And French players banned as England go for the Grand Slam. Good evening. The kidnapper of estate agent Stephanie Slater has told police there were tears streaming down his face when he told his victim she was being set free. The new revelations came after detectives released more extracts from the letter he sent them. Psychologists say it reveals the mind of a psychopath.
Stephanie Slater returned to the bosom of her family a week ago after detectives completed their debriefing. Yet even she is only now discovering what her kidnapper claims happened in the final stages of her ordeal. 10 days ago, the kidnapper wrote a lengthy letter to police, apologizing for what he'd done and claiming he was not the killer of Leeds teenager Julie Dart. Detectives who've studied the text carefully are still withholding some of the letter's contents for operational reasons, but tonight they made public further extracts. In one section, the kidnapper says, "I promised and gave my word to Stephanie that I'd not killed before, and that provided she did not remove her blindfold, she would be released." He claims that when he told her she was about to be freed unharmed, they both cried. Fortunately, he wrote, "She had her blindfold on and could not see my tears for her streaming down my face." Stephanie was eventually dropped off in a side street near her home. According to the kidnapper, he took the risk of being caught because Stephanie had told him of the love she had for her family. The man who got away with £175,000 also reveals that from an early stage, he was convinced that his telephone calls to courier Kevin Watts were being listened to by police. Tonight, psychologists studied the letter. They pronounced that the man was without a doubt a psychopath.
He's trying to cope with the fact that his clever plans have damaged another human being. He thought he could cope with that, and he can only partially do so. So he's trying to excuse himself whilst also boasting about his skills.
Detectives too are cynical. They remain convinced the kidnapper and the killer of Julie Dart is the same person. Other senior officers doubt the sincerity of the sentiments in the letter. They warn he may well strike again before he's caught. Terry Lloyd, ITN, Birmingham.
Government sources said tonight that ministers have now agreed to give compensation to health service patients infected with HIV through blood transfusions. Compensation is already available for haemophiliacs, but the government has so far refused to extend the scheme to other sufferers. Sources indicated tonight that an announcement would be made in the Commons next week. Israel's defense minister hinted tonight that the murder of 3 soldiers by Arabs in the north of the country could affect Middle East peace talks. 3 Arabs armed with knives and axes broke into an army camp near Haifa and attacked the men in their sleep.
Tonight it's being described as the most serious and most ruthless attack on the Israeli army since the beginning of the Palestinian uprising 4 years ago. Late last night, Arab guerrillas slipped under the cover of darkness into this lightly defended army camp and using axes, knives and a pitchfork killed 3 soldiers and wounded another. 2 of the dead were Russian Jews who had recently emigrated to Israel. The attack has caused outrage in Israel, not only because it occurred on the Sabbath and was particularly savage, but also because it took place in Israel's heartland and not in the disputed territories of the West Bank. It will further damage prospects for the Middle East peace talks, which have already virtually ground to a halt.
The PLO is not opting for peace. As Israel is speaking peace with the Arab delegation, the PLO is speaking and acting war, terror, and violence.
We have to end the state of occupation. We have to create a situation whereby genuine peace can be achieved in order to eliminate the causes of violence and put an end to this whole cycle.
A massive search has been underway all day, but tonight, 24 hours after the incident, the terrorists have still not been caught. Robert Moore, ITN, the Middle East.
A report published today by the National Audit Office suggests the government sale of the water industry raised £2 billion less than originally expected. It says the sale did create 10 successful companies, but it may have suffered from being rushed.
Water privatisation did pose difficult problems, the report concedes, but it also criticises the way the government carried out the sell-off. Although the report uses diplomatic language, it suggests the government was in too much of a hurry to complete the sale because the Treasury needed the money. The government denies that.
We were anxious to get water privatization through because we were so keen to get the rising levels of investment and environmental enhancement that privatization has produced.
When we realized